Yo, what's up, guys? I straight myself. But I'm back with another video, and today we are picking my third Miata. I have the track Miata, I have the lifter Miata that's currently getting painted. It turned out like shit. The paint it's horrible. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. We use my friend's compressor. He has he had a 1 year old compressor that it was full. I guess he had water because he doesn't use it moisture. I don't know if you guys know, but when you don't use a compressor, it creates moisture. So what happened? All the water got into the paint, and when I was spraying the car, it ruined the whole paint. So what we ended up doing, we ended up getting a undercoat. We fucking sprayed it with undercoat, and then we painted over it with just like I forgot, it's some Rust-Oleum paint, I think it was, or Krylon. But anyways, so the car looks like shit. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. But it's a daily and lifted car for mudding and having fun. So it's whatever. But now I'm about to pick up my third Miata. And it's another turbo Miata. The guy was 1,300 for it. And the only problem it has, it has a mega squirt. It's ghetto turbo. I don't know if I love Miata, so a lot of people what they do in turbo car. They use an FMU. When you use an FMU, all you can do is control the fuel. So it has no ECU or nothing. He's just running out of the AFM or MAF, however you want to call it. I think it's an AFM on those Miata actually. But anyways, the thing that it needs is intercooler piping. And for now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this piping out all the way from here that goes to the intercooler and take it with me because it needs the pipe that goes from the bottom to the turbo. And so I'm just gonna take this one and use this one while I'm there, and then I can just put it back on this car. I'm currently having a lot of problems with this car. As you can see, I put a K&N filter. I didn't want to have debris and shit going in there, but it's running like garbage. So I'm really pissed off at this car right now. But I might buy a mega skirt for the other car and do a legit way. But if not, I'm just gonna leave it like this and just run it with that and with an FMU, and it's just gonna be my drift car. So it should be a lot more content coming out, guys. And there was a drift event on Sunday, but I didn't went because it was raining and my car it's not running right now. But anyways, aside from that, we're gonna pick up the car. It's 4 hours away, and the guy wants 1,300 for it. I don't really want to pay the 1,300. I'm gonna see how the car looks. If it's decent, I'll pay it. But if not, I'll see if I can get it for lower. But yeah. So right now I just removed the bottom intercooler piping. You cannot really see it, but it's up the intercooler. So now I just have to take this hose clamp out, and it should come right out. But anyways, come for the journey, and can't wait. I don't really want to drive 4 hours there, 4 hours back. It's gonna be horrible. But and then now it's around 3, so it's traffic time, and yeah, it's gonna suck. But let's go.
I see that smile. I see that lip curling up. Ah, there you go. Woo!
Yeah. I mean, we're the great big friggin'
Yo, what's up, guys? So it's been like 3 days since the last clip you guys saw, and like I said, I was driving to see that black Miata over there in Indiana. So I drove 4 hours to see that Miata, and it was a fucking bitch. I was pissed. But anyways, so I drove 4 hours to see the Miata. I got there around 8 o'clock, I think it was, or 7. I get there, I see the car. The car is completely shit. The car is not what the guy was saying. The car is garbage. Everything is unbolted. Literally, the seats were unbolted. Everything, the engine bay was held by zip ties. The bumper was by zip tie, which I don't care. But it was just like they drove into the fender. The way you start the car, you had to put the key in, hit a switch, and then hit this other switch. The fans were on a switch. The car was super nasty. It had a homemade shitty ass roll bar, and like there was so much wrong with the car. They rolled the fenders like it seems like with a freaking bat. Like they were like super rolled because it had like 17s on it, and they were like horrible rolled, and it was full for us. But so I went for a ride, and the car wouldn't even go over 4,000 RPMs. Like the way they did the turbo was they just put a turbo on, literally just put it on and expected to drive the car like that. The intercooler wasn't even hooked up because they used like I should have posted a picture right here because I have a picture of it. That picture, as you can see, it was like the intercooler. They used like a homemade fucking rubber hose. I don't fucking know what they did, but it wasn't even connected to the turbo, so it wasn't even reading the math with the AFM. I think it's AFM for the 1.6, but it wasn't even reading it. It wasn't reading the air that was going to the engine, so the car wouldn't even go over 4,000 RPMs. They didn't even have an FMU. They had a stock ECU, stock injector, stock fuel pump, and like I said, you just put a turbo on it. And the car was a complete piece of shit. I was pissed because I drove all that, and the radiator, you can tell they used like the fix a radiator thingy that you put in the radiator, supposed to like fill in the holes. Well, the whole radiator was all fucked up. The coolant looked like shit. The oil smelled like gas because it was just dumping fuel into it. Because it wasn't reading the gas, it was just dumping fuel into the engine. I don't know what else. It was like rusty. It was a complete piece of shit. And the guy, like I said, the guy wanted 1,300. I get there, I'm like, I'm not gonna give you more than $800. And I was losing. I knew that 800 was way too much for that piece of shit of car. But I was like, I drove all that, so might as well just get it. And the guy, he was, oh no, 1,200, 1,100. So I got it down to 1,000. So he was like 1,000. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna give you 900, and I'm losing a shit ton of money. And he was like, oh, I cannot do that. I paid $2,500 for this car. And I have a friend who wants to trade me a CBR 600. And whatever. I didn't get the car. I was like 40 minutes trying to, get the car. Didn't get it. I went down the street to Domino's because my brother was hungry. And I sent him, I messaged the guy like 10 minutes later. I'm like, hey, yo, I'll give you the 1,000 for it because I'm just pissed off that I drove all the way here and I'm not getting a car. So I told him I'll give you 1,000. And then he replies back. He's like, oh, no, dude, if you want it, you have to give me 1,100. I was like, I got more pissed off. I'm like, dude, I fucking drove 4 hours for this piece of shit of car that you told me was all fine. And it's a complete piece of shit. And he's like, oh, no, man, if I don't sell it, I'll trade it to your house for $600. And I just fucking ignored him. And I got home. And on my way home, I was looking for Miatas, like in Indiana, because I was already there. So I saw a bunch of Miatas, but no one answered yet. And then I saw this Miata right here that you might have seen in the background already. But it's a red 1996 Miata. The black one was a 92. This is a 96 1.8, which is going to be better for drifting. It has 138,000 miles. It has less, I have 3 Miatas. It has less than my other 2. My track car has like 160, I think 170. And the lifted one has 150. So this one has 138. They replaced the water pump half a year ago, he said. It has a new soft top, but the kid said that he did it in the cold, so he didn't really did it that good. I'm gonna show you right here. But this is the Miata right here. In the soft top, you can see it's not tight. I think he put the little, well, inside of the soft top, if you have a Miata, you know what holds a soft top in place. He didn't put the soft top that good, but that's fine, doesn't matter. The car is a little rusty, which I don't care. It's gonna be a drift car. He already has coilovers. I don't know what kind of coilovers he has. I didn't even know he had coilovers until I went home. On my way home, actually when I was buying the car, I texted over it, and the clutch was just slipping. I'm like, hey man, the clutch is sleeping. And which I couldn't blame the kid because he didn't know nothing about car. Like he never worked on cars or anything. He was telling me, so he didn't like know anything. I'm like, I'm not bullshitting you. The clutch is fucking slipping. The guy wanted the kid wanted $600. I'm like, I'll give you 1,300 and whatever. After a while, he agreed to me at 1,400, and I paid 1,400. And I got home like 10 minutes ago, not even that. Yes, he has a busted light too. So I got home and I went and bled the clutch. I took the old fluid because the fluid was completely black, like my jeans black, and it was completely black. So I drained the fluid and I bled the clutch. I put new fluid in it. And I adjusted the pedal underneath the seat. Underneath the dash, and the clutch still slipping. So it does need a clutch. And I heard that it's not hard to do on a Miata, so I'm not gonna do it yet. What I'm gonna do on my way, I'm currently moving to a different city. But what I'm gonna do is when I'm gonna buy solid diff bushings for both of my cars, for the track one and for this one, because the blue Miata, the turbo Miata have. The bushings are shot and the whole rear end just shakes like crazy, and I cannot shift good because it's shaking so much. So I always miss gear because the whole shift now shakes everywhere. So I'm buying solid mounts for that, and I'm buying solid diff mounts for this car too. So once I take the diff out, I'm gonna take the tranny out and just do the clutch while I'm at it. And yeah, but anyways, I know it's talking a lot, but this is the 96 Miata. I paid $1,400 for it, and so far it's not good. It has cruise control, power steering, manual windows, which I didn't want, but it's a 96, so they come with manual windows, manual doors, and
automatic.
huh?
Automatic.
What?
The windows are automatic, not manual.
Oh yeah. He's right. They're all automatic windows and whatever. So they have the button. They're not the one that you have to roll them up, and so is the thing, is the mirrors. I did fucked up. I'm too excited. I'm not thinking right. But yeah, it's not bad. I drove it an hour and a half here, no problems at all. I was going 85 on the highway on my way here, and it drove perfect. I don't know if the kid doesn't know what's coilovers, because as you can see, the car is super high, and he said that he put a suspension on it. He put newer suspension, and I didn't know there were coilovers until I got underneath it. Well, I guess I have coilovers. So I'm gonna, just drive it for a couple days. Right now, my lifted Miata is at my friend's house. I have to pick it up hopefully this week. It was getting, like we tried painting it, but the painting got all fucked up. So it looks like shit right now. And I have to delete my Miata. And this Miata, I'm gonna teach my girlfriend how to drive manual. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna teach her with this clutch. So if she burns the clutch, I don't care, because it's already fucked up. Sorry about that. It's already fucked up. So it doesn't really matter. But anyways, guys, if you guys want to see more of this Miata, there's a drift event on June 10, I believe, and hopefully I get the new clutch by then. If not, well, I guess I cannot go drifting. And I still have to insure it. If the guy left me the plates, we forgot about it. Like, I don't even think he knew he had to take them off. But I drove on his plates, I have to take them off. And I have to register the car, get insurance. And if you have a Miata, insurance is super cheap. I pay like $25 a month for my 90, and for my 91 it's like 20 something each. So hopefully this one is not too much, because it's gonna be a drift car. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate studying through. And this is my brother, so you can see right here. Right now his car, if you see my previous videos, his car, he put cams. What do you put in it? Cams,
JMF intake manifold, super tech valves, and spring and retainers, dual spring and retainers. And
I don't know if you heard him, but he put a JMF intake manifold, super tech valves, cams, cam gears, JMF intake, S90 throttle body, and the car won't start. So we put all that in, and we've been trying to start the car, and we believe is the coil pack, because there's not a spark in the two middle coils, and the cables are all burnt up. The first time we tried starting it, the coil pack started smoking. So we're waiting on his friend to let him borrow his coil pack. They're like $500 for the whole coil pack, and right now he doesn't want to spend the $500 unless he knows it's actually the problem. So yep, so we're just waiting that. If you guys want to see more, he's trying to shoot for 600-700 horsepower. So follow this channel if you want to see some builds. And my other friend's 700 Silver Evo, he just got a tune. He's a 700 horsepower because he ran into fuel issues. So he's gonna try to go for 800 or 900. So if you guys want to watch more of the Evo, make sure to follow too. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.